Join me as we head on the road to Jacksonville, Florida, where your ACU Wildcats are taking on the Kentucky Wildcats in their first mission at the Big Dance. Follow me as we cover this historic run for your Wildcats. The ACU Wildcats just 2 years ago were not eligible to be here in the NCAA Tournament, and now here they are shocking everybody already in the Southland Conference, and now they try to shock the world. ACU has a chance to be able to put their name right next to Kentucky on a national stage and expand their brand. The ACU Wildcats are about to go toe-to-toe with the Kentucky Wildcats, a #2 seed and a blue blood, in just a few minutes. David, it was definitely a difficult game for the ACU Wildcats as they fall by 35 today to the Kentucky Wildcats. But let's not forget, this was a #2 overall seed. This is Kentucky. This is what they do. Kentucky is a basketball school, and ACU is just on the very first step of trying to do what Kentucky has done for so many years. It is Game 4 of the World Series between the Los Angeles Dodgers and the Boston Red Sox. I expect the Red Sox to come on top over the Dodgers in 5 games. The Red Sox are going to be the 2018 World Series champions. The Boston Red Sox are officially your 2018 World Series champions. Let's enjoy the moment right now. There are 80 more games here after opening day, of course, and the Rangers look to make a final lasting impression on this beautiful ballpark. All eyes will be on third baseman Adrian Beltre, who may be playing his last opening day of his career. Now for the Astros, this is a unique season for them as they have a target on their backs, looking to do something that hasn't been done since the year 2000, and that is to repeat as World Series champs. I love the Minnesota Twins this year, led by Jose Barrios on the hill, and a lineup that now consists of Nelson Cruz, Jonathan Scope. The TCU Horned Frogs are battling it out with the Ohio State Buckeyes in a game where Week 3 matters as if it's the final week of the season, as this has major college football playoff implications. Head coach Gary Patterson and the TCU fanbase certainly have not forgotten the words said by Gordon Gee. And now the question is, will the Oklahoma Sooners make it to the college football playoff, and will Kyler Murray in fact win the Heisman Trophy? The Albany Lions are coming off a huge 38-28 win over Santo last week, and after starting the year 0-5, well, these Lions have caught fire of late. Reporting at Dodger Stadium for World Series Game 5, I'm Dusty Baker. SNYDER senior quarterback Logan Greene had himself quite the week after leading the Tigers to a huge win over Brownwood 31-21. Greene completed 20 of 25 passes for 226 yards and 3 touchdowns.
It was awesome. Great team win. You know, I got to credit to, first of all, the linemen. A lot of the big plays of the week were credit to the receivers. And, you know, we all went out there and did our game plan and executed well.
When he was determined, when he had his knee injury, he was determined to come back and be better.
Greene is using his senior season to leave his mark and his team's mark at a school where he has had quite the extraordinary family lineage. His grandfather, David Baugh, coached at the school for 13 seasons with former Texas Tech quarterback and now TCU offensive coordinator Sonny Cumbie as one of his former players, and his father, Greene's great-grandfather, was NFL Hall of Famer and TCU quarterback Slingin' Sammy Baugh.
As I get older, I hear more and more stories and just how much of a legend was, how great he was, and I just try to take stuff away, and I'm proud of who he was. You know, I want to represent that. That's why I wear the number 33. It's my great-grandfather's number.
A lot of times Logan looks a lot like Sam when he throws the ball. He might drop it down too low, but Sam did a little of that too.
While it may take a little bit of time for Greene to have his own nickname, he sure has made his presence known in his performance this past weekend, and that is why he is our BCH Sports Impact Player of the Week.
This is BigCountryHomepage.com Sports with Dusty Baker.
The day after Thanksgiving is a big day for Texas high school football. We've got a lot to talk about, starting with the Cooper Cougars playing for an area round championship against Birdville over in Mineral Wells this afternoon. We go to the first quarter with Stone Earl early on here with the read option, but he airs it out to Brenton Northey for the score, and the Hawks are quickly up 7-0. We go on to the second quarter, still the same score, but Earl again throws a screen to Northey, but Northey will throw it to a wide open Darius Mixon for the score, and all of a sudden it is 14-0 Birdville. Cooper's Aiden Thompson rolls out to his right, but he is picked off by Hosea Armstrong, and that will go the other way for 6. Extra point makes it 21-0 Birdville, and it did not get any closer in the second half for the Cougars. Birdville wins it 49-14 to advance. The Stamford Bulldogs had to postpone their game against Haskell, and the Bulldogs and Indians met at Shotwell Stadium this afternoon. First quarter, Bevel scrambles all the way out. He will break a couple tackles here and somehow, someway rushes away and throws on the run, finding his man R.J. Smith in the end zone for the touchdown. 7-0 Bulldogs. Later in the quarter, a bad snap, but Bevel picks it up, and instead of dropping it, he chucks it to the end zone and finds his man in the waiting hands of Josh Mueller. An unbelievable play, and Stamford takes a 13-0 lead. Now second quarter, Bevel just dumps it off to Trey Mitchell, who will make a move, and he takes it the rest of the way, practically walking into the end zone. 19-0 Bulldogs. Stamford continue to roll in this one. Cooper and Wylie battling it out in game 3 of their series. Wylie looking for the sweep, up 4-1 in the 7th, but things were wild in the 7th inning. One out, Walker Pyland on the hill, but Spencer Davis rips it to left field. A run comes around to score here, and Cooper cutting the lead in half. It's 4-2, and then things got real interesting. A runner at third. Pyland comes set, but he fakes the pickoff throw. The umps will gather together, and they rule it a balk. Caleb Martin coming in from third comes in to score. It's now 4-3, so 2 outs. It's Tyler Spears on the hill to face Aiden Thompson, and Thompson smacks this one up the middle, but the throw goes to first in time, and that will do it. Wylie hangs on in a crazy 7th inning. They take it 4-3 and sweep Cooper in district play in 2019. It was what could be the final day. We see future Hall of Famer Adrian Beltre taking the field, and after a standing ovation by the Mariners crowd, Beltre promptly ripped a base hit to right field. That could be his final hit of his career, number 3,165. And in the 5th inning, it was his time to say goodbye to the game he loves. A 21-year career for a legend. One of the greatest third basemen of all time may have just left the diamond for the final time. We went to the top of the 9th inning, and Rafael Devers hits a base hit up the middle off of Dylan Floro to give the Red Sox a 5-4 lead, and the runs continue to pile on for the Red Sox in the 9th inning. Steve Pierce again strikes with Kenta Maeda, and the base is loaded, rips it to right center field. Steve Pierce clears the bases and gives the Red Sox an 8-4 lead. They would tack on one more run in the inning. The bottom of the 9th inning, Dodgers trying to stay alive. Kike Hernandez hits a 2-run shot to left field to bring the game within 3. Craig Kimbrell still on the hill, struggling a little bit, but gets to Cody Bellinger, flies it out to center field, and the Red Sox are 1 win away from winning the World Series for the first time since 2013. One more thing before we leave you tonight. I just wanted to say how much of an honor it was to be on the road with the ACU Wildcats in Jacksonville, Florida. Mary Margaret, as I had mentioned earlier, is currently in Waco with the women, and I think I can speak on her behalf as well when I say this was the most special group of athletes that we've had the privilege to work with. This has been such a huge week for the university, and I hope all of you Wildcats fans out there remember this moment, because this is history, and it's just getting started as well.